Hey, welcome back to Me Just Like Videos, your first stop for titillating, tactical Elden Ring gameplay. Alright, I got a tough assignment for you guys today. The Fallingstar Beast boss fight in Sellia Crystal Tunnel. Out of the 3 Fallingstar Beast boss fights in the game, the one in Sellia Crystal Tunnel is by far the toughest. Largely because it takes place in a very cramped arena, meaning there is no elbow room, and the Fallingstar Beast is an absolute freaking maniac. An absolute maniac. Maniac on steroids. He's nuts. Now, there are 2 things you can do. You can get good and learn how to dodge all his moves. Yeah, I know. That takes a lot of practice. And unfortunately, this is a difficult fight to practice for because every time you die, you have to run all the way through Sellia Crystal Tunnel again just to get to the boss fight. And the whole thing's over in about a minute. It takes about 3 minutes to get back to the fight. And it's not practice friendly. Alright? Or you could do it the other way, the major slack way, and that is to simply focus on 3 key things that will make the Fallingstar Beast boss fight a lot easier. 1. Minimize decision making during the fight. 2. Minimize risk. And 3. Minimize the run through Sellia Crystal Tunnel to get to the boss fight. And that is what this video is all about. Alright, let's get busy. Roll the intro.
Major Slack Videos.
Okay, this is where we last left off in the walkthrough. Assuming you're following this walkthrough and you have at your disposal a large club +7, and here we have right beside it a brick hammer. These 2 weapons are of the same category, meaning if we put one in each hand, put the large club in one hand and put the brick hammer in the other hand, we can get a different move set by pressing the guard button. And I'm going to show you that later on when we get outside. For now, our main goal is to upgrade the brick hammer to +7, just like the large club, and we have the stones to do it. If you're following this walkthrough, everybody should have at least 12 smithing stones 1 and at least 12 smithing stones 2 and at least 3 smithing stones 3. That's enough to get it up to +7. All we need now is the money, and this is going to cost us 8,624 runes. Now we want to make just enough money to do this because we want to go into the boss fight with no money. That way we minimize the risk, right? Okay, so let's go back to our Bloodhound's Fang and go hit up the ATM for some money. The ATM being the Fair and Greybridge and all those valuable vulgar militiamen. Okay, so I'm going to whack 4 or 5 of these guys to make just enough money to upgrade the brick hammer. Okay, once again, as soon as he reacts, you know we're within range to do the Bloodhound's Finesse. Don't do the follow-up strong attack because it will always miss. Just push forward and do another Finesse. That's 2. Get close. He reacts. Let fly the Finesse. Push forward. Another Finesse. That's 3. He reacts. Finesse. And that'll give us... That should be enough with the golden runes I have in my inventory to finance the upgrading of the brick hammer. Let's go back to the round table.
Well, I took you no matter. Lay out your arm.
Okay, I'm going to need to sell 3 of these. That'll give me enough money. Over to the brick hammer and up to +7. +7, there we go. And we have 142 runes left. Strongly recommend that you go to the Church of Ella and spend all the rest of your money on arrows. We want to go in empty-handed, so the only thing you're losing in this fight is time.
Oh, always.
There you go. Got 2 runes left. Now, I know some of you are operating without the benefit of Godrick's Great Rune. In the previous video, I got you a spare rune arc, but I told you at the end of the video, do not spend it yet. This is why. Because you're probably going to... I'm not going to sugarcoat this. You're probably going to die. Okay? So, but there's a good chance of survival, and there's a very good reason to be doing this, and that is we're going to be getting the Somber Smithing Stone 6 as a reward. The other reward for this fight is the Somber Miner's Bell Bearing 1, which will allow us to buy as many Somber Smithing Stones 1 and 2 as we like, but that's completely redundant because we can already do that with EG here. So mainly we're after the Somber Smithing Stone 6. Okay, that's going to be a great acquisition, and we're going to apply that to the Bloodhound's Fang. For now, I want everybody to hook up your Great Hammer Dual Wield Special. That is the large club in the right hand and the brick hammer in the left hand. It's called Power Stancing, Slack. No, it is not. According to From Software developers, it's called dual wielding in Elden Ring. Power Stancing is from Dark Souls 2, I believe. It's no longer called Power Stancing. It's called dual wielding, and that's straight from the developers. All right. Now, when you're dual wielding, first of all, you can always tell if you can dual wield weapons and get a different moveset if the weapons are on the same line. Let's just do this the easy way. Okay, see all these, the scimitar and the shamshir, they can be dual wielded and get a different moveset. See all these daggers, they can be dual wielded and get a different moveset. So if they're on the same line in your inventory, they could be dual wielded. Alright, so these two are the same weapon type. So if you press the guard button, you get a different moveset. Your character will swing both weapons, and you get a different combo. Same goes for a jumping attack. If you press the jump button and press the guard button, your character will bring both weapons down at the same time. This is how we're going to beat the Fallingstar Beast boss fight. This costs no FP whatsoever. Okay? I did do the Fallingstar Beast boss fight with the Bloodhound's Fang. The problem with this is not reliable, that's number 1. Number 2, it costs FP to unleash the Bloodhound's Finesse. Alright? And it's going to cost you more than 1 full FP bar to finish him off. And that means more decision making. Means, like, you know, you're going to have to be refilling your FP and refilling your HP and swapping back and forth between the two. Alright? Like I said, we want to reduce the decision making in this fight as much as possible. So you're going to do exclusively jump attacks. So I want everybody to practice your jump attacks with your dual wielding great hammers. Alright? So run forward, jump, guard button. Run forward, jump, guard button. Okay? Run forward, jump, guard button. Like that. Okay? And that's going to do a lot of damage. And then, after you've gotten that down, I want you to practice run forward, jump, slam down, and dodge to the right. Okay? Jump, guard, dodge to the right. And I would do a double dodge, actually. Okay? Got that down? Okay, you got that down? That's going to be very important. Alright? That's it. Let's go somewhere I can commit suicide. Why are you going to commit suicide, Slack? Because, let's go right here. I have my rune arc still active. Now, I know a lot of you do not have your rune arc still active. And I told you at the end of the previous video, don't spend the rune arc that we just acquired in the Black Knight Catacombs because of this very reason. We're going to go into this fight, like I said, you're going to die. And you're going to lose your rune arc. So I'm going to purposely commit suicide and do this fight without the benefits of my rune arc. I'm going to show solidarity, and I'm going to show that you can do this fight without the rune arc. Okay, so whee! And that's it. Okay, so I have no rune arc. I died. Now I'm going to set you up the fight for the fight exactly as if you were doing it yourself. Okay, first of all, talismans. Arsenal Charm. And to start off with, the Assassin's Crimson Dagger. You're eventually going to swap that out for the Claw Talisman. Alright? For now, Arsenal Charm, Assassin's Crimson Dagger. And for now, we're going to have the Horn Bow as the second weapon. Eventually, we're going to swap that out for the dagger with the Golden Vow Ash of War on it. Alright? Now, speaking of Ashes of War, we want to increase the damage on both our weapons. The Fallingstar Beast is susceptible to elemental damage, and we can increase the damage of both these weapons by putting Ashes of War on them. Right now you can see the large club is doing 248 and the brick hammer is doing 250. We can increase that to around 300. We're not going to actually use the weapon skills, we just want to increase the elemental damage. Large club, put the Gravitas Ash of War and the Magic Affinity. Alright? And on the brick hammer, put the Sacred Blade and the Sacred Affinity. Okay, having done that, you can double check your damage, equipment, press the switch view, and you'll see here large club is now doing 308 damage and the brick hammer is doing 296. Alright, next, flasks. We want to minimize the risk. Since we're using barely any FP at all, we can afford to put all our flask charges into the Flask of Crimson Tears. I would recommend 7 and 1. You want at least 1 to be able to cast your Spear Dash and the Golden Vow. Alright, 7 and 1. Next, Wondrous Physic, Strength Knot Crystal Tear, and the Spiked Crack Tear. It's unlikely we're going to be doing any charge attacks, but just in case, slap that in. That's the best thing to do. Strength Knot Crystal Tear and Spiked Crack Tear. Next, that's about it. The only thing that remains is putting on armor that will increase your physical damage negation right here. That's the number you're looking for. So put on your best gear, whatever that may be for you. Your mileage may vary because you may have found different gear. For me, it's this. Okay, make sure you do not go into heavy load like I just went here. And you're going to be testing this with the dagger, because you're not going into the fight with the bow. That's just for starters, okay? So test it with the dagger. This loadout here. Magic large club, Sacred Dagger with Golden Vow, Brick Hammer with Sacred Blade, Arsenal Charm. This doesn't matter, but the weight of this does matter. As long as you can keep this in medium load, get your best physical damage negation number that you can muster up with the gear you have. Alright? Arrows don't weigh anything. And that's it. Okay, so for now we're going to put on the horn bow instead of the dagger, and take off whatever you need to make that medium load. And that's it. And now we're ready. Hook up the horn bow, make sure you got some fire arrows ready to go. Make sure you've got Banished Knight Engvil +5 ready to go. I tried it with this is the difference. Demi-Human Ashes, okay? They're also a great choice. They do a much better job of keeping the Fallingstar Beast boss engaged, but they don't last long. Banished Knight Engvil, he'll last a lot longer, probably usually lasts a whole fight, but he doesn't do that great of a job of keeping him engaged, but he packs a punch. I would definitely go with Banished Knight Engvil, because you want him to last. You want something that will last. Mad Pumpkinhead is another good choice. He tends to move a little too slowly though, but that's another good choice as well. He's a little tankier than Banished Knight Engvil. I would go with Banished Knight Engvil because he moves quick and he really packs a punch. And that is it. It's just a matter of getting to the Sellia Crystal Tunnel. We could fast travel there. I start at the bottom. Not a good choice, because we're going to have to work our way up through to the ladder. Okay, I'm assuming that you've been following this walkthrough and already kicked down the ladder. The That's not the best choice. The best choice is to go back through Dragon Burnt Runes. And that's what we're going to do right now. Going through Dragon Burnt Runes is going to teleport us to right to the middle of Sellia Crystal Tunnel, to that little shack. And that's the best place to start off with, because from there we can actually sneak and run up to the boss fight. Okay, so we can go here. We want to stay nice and healthy now, so don't get fancy, don't take any risks. Let's go running through here. Hop off your horse here. Down into the cellar. Once you get to the bottom, don't use Mighty Shot, just target these guys. Regular shot, fire, arrow should be an instant kill. Go off to the left here. Don't listen to anybody bragging in the comments that they just ran through no problem. Why? Okay, 3 arrows and you make a nice safe route to that doorway there. You want to stay nice and healthy. Alright? And take the teleporter trap, and Bob's your uncle. As soon as you land, you're going to crouch. Switch out the bow for the dagger, and make sure you have the Assassin's Crimson dagger ready to go. Okay, crouch. Switch out the bow for the dagger. Make sure you have the Assassin's Crimson dagger ready to go. Switch to the large club, and you're looking for that miner. See that miner patrolling? You're going to wait until he passes the blue part on the wall there. And we're going for the ladder, which is right above my club, right there, right above the club. Okay, he gets to the blue part. We're going to sneak right like this, up here like this, around that rock, right up here, over here, get in front of the ladder, stand up, climb. As soon as you get to the top, you're going to dart off to the left as quickly as you can. Dart off to the left, go into the tunnel, hook around to the right here, and you're going to aim for the wagon. You're going to veer away from the left because there's going to be a death roach there. He's going to try to hit you. You want to stay nice and healthy. See, he's right on my tail. As soon as you get in here, dart to the right, flip around, and wait. As soon as he comes in, and he always does, lock on, run up, do a jumping attack. Lock on, run up, do a jumping attack. And typically you can get a critical hit after knocking him out. I didn't because he was pushed up against the wall there. But in case you got dinged up on the way in, that's why I had you have your Assassin's Crimson dagger ready to go, because you recover health. Okay, so now you should be at full health. You got all your flasks, and there's the boss fight right there. Now, if you die, you're going to do the exact same thing. The exact same thing with what I did. Just wait for that guy to pass up, run up, hit the ladder, run off, run through just like I showed you, get here, whack this guy, and then you're ready for the boss fight. Why kill that guy, Slack? Why not just go into the boss fight? Because what happens is, if you go into the boss fight and he's still alive, your Spirit Ash is going to target him instead of the Fallingstar beast, which is a total pain in the ass. Your Spirit Ash is going to be hugged up against the door, and he's going to like perceive an enemy threat here in this room, and he's going to spend all his time trying to get him when he should be focusing on the beast. Okay, that's why you kill that guy. All right, and now you're basically ready for the boss fight. And I'm going to hand things on over to GamerSlack because he's going to do this a lot better, and MC Dubslack is going to be able to provide commentary on exactly what to do in the boss fight a lot better. All right, so GamerSlack, take it away. Okay, GamerSlack down there in the trenches behind the gun, and MC Dubslack here in the rear with the gear on the microphone. First thing we're going to do is swap out for the Claw Talisman, which will enhance our jump attacks. Next, take the Flask of Wondrous Physic. Next, Golden Vow on our dagger. Switch over to the club. Refill FP. Switch back to the Crimson Tears. I'll eventually do that. Open the door, and the first thing we're going to do is release Banished Knight Engvall, otherwise known as Spanky. Out goes Spanky, and rush in. Rush in immediately. Jump attack. And one more thing, don't lock on, ever. He's a big enough target that you can just run straight at him and do a jump attack. And basically, it's just, this is just a hit and run kind of thing. Just do one jump attack and run away. And I got this on my second attempt, which is good because it'll give you lots of fight, or it would give me lots of fight to comment on. This is typical. It usually takes me one fight to warm up and get used to his maniacal flailing about, and then once I calm down, I can nail him on the second time. Here's the rock rubble attack, and I count on missing, you know, I count on just misjudging and missing and having him whack me and just refilling my health with my flask and wait for an opportune moment. Usually whenever he engages Spanky, rush in and hit him on his tail, which is where he's vulnerable, or on his head. It's a lot harder to hit him on the head. You get more damage, you get a damage bonus if you hit him on his tail or on his arse. Right now is a good time. There we go. Eventually you're going to get a critical, like break his stance. This thing here, this like jump in the air and roly-poly, is really hard to avoid because it's a huge area of effect attack. Notice that I'm spending a lot of time just hanging back and waiting for Spanky to engage him. Right after this attack, you run in, jump attack. And that tail sweep, that's another really hard one to avoid. So, here, like I said, I'm just kind of warming up. Takes me a fight or two to kind of calm down. And plan my moves. And there's the tail sweep. And Spanky's almost dead. Spanky is dead. No, wait. Yep, he's dead. And quite frankly, we're a little under-leveled for this fight. Our HP should be high enough that we can endure 2 hits from this guy, and we can't. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly what you do if you die. Like I said, this is good. This is the situation you'll probably be in. Okay, so you respawn right here. This is why it's a lot better to start here rather than at the site of grace. And we're going to do the exact same thing. And I know I forgot to put my gauntlets back on. Doesn't matter. It's only like 3% physical damage negation. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm not going to bother hooking up the Assassin's Crimson Dagger because I feel pretty confident that I can kill that Death Roach, which was kind of a cocky move because I didn't end up killing him right away, and he whacked me a good one. Okay, so doing the same thing, sneak up to the ladder, stand up, climb, rush off to the right, or to the left rather, as soon as you get to the top, to avoid the Death Roach on your right, left, I know, I'm getting mixed up. Just do what I'm doing. Head straight for the wagon. That'll keep you away from the Death Roach on your left. If you just hear him coming up now he's chasing me. Dart off to the right here, head for the cooking pot, flip around, wait for him to come in. And here the Death Roach got really dodgy. And he took me a while to take him down. Just couldn't get a break stance out of him. Even here, just ended up killing him. So I took a little heat, and now I'm going into the fight handicapped. But oddly enough, this was the one I won. Same deal. Flask of Wondrous Physic, Golden Vow, refill FP, switch over to the Flask of Crimson Tears, go in, spawn Spanky, and run straight at the Fallingstar Beast. Do not lock on. Run straight at him. As soon as you get close, jump attack. Whammo, roll off. Every time you take some heat, refill. Don't think you can get away with a double hit, because you see he's doing about half your health per hit. So you don't want to mess around. You want to stay alive as long as possible. Keep your distance, go around the perimeter, wait for him to engage Spanky, and go up the rear. Every chance you get, run up and do a jumping attack on his rear, if you can. This charge attack, run off to the right like this, and he charges back and forth at least twice. See, he's kind of like cramming up against the wall there. When he does that, don't attack him right away. Wait till he finishes the move, and here he got me. So here's this getaway, refill, always, and then keep your distance. Try to get up his rear. There's, kind of gotta gauge it like right here. Here's a good one. I took some heat. And gobble down those flasks like M&Ms. Don't be shy. Here's another good shot. Get up his rear. Boom. And I took a chance there. I tried to do another one. Broke his stance. Get around the front. Do a critical hit. After you do a critical hit, immediately rush him and do another jump attack. Get a good opportunity. And then roll away. And almost got me on that one. This is typical. He'll do a tail swipe right after another move. He's doing the charge attack. He's going back and forth. Just stay away from him when he does that. See how he's crammed up against the wall now? Now go for it. Because he's crammed up against the wall and it seems like it's a good time to hit him, but it's not. You have to wait till he's kind of like stopped moving. He almost dead. Oh yeah, by the way, I've got my gold pickled foul foot ready to go. This should finish him off. And there we go. Gobble down the gold pickled foul foot. And there you go. There's your somber smithing stone 6. That's why we did this. We didn't do it for the money. We didn't do it for the somber stone miner's bell bearing rather. We did it for the somber 6. There you go. And I'm going to retrieve the money I earned from whacking the death roach. And now we're in the situation where we can't get out because we use the transporter trap to get in. I'm going to show you that now. You've been trapped. You cannot travel to sites of grace until you rest at one. So now we have to get out. No problem. Just going to sneak out. Go about the way you came in. In this room here, there's going to be, I call them death roaches. I think they're called pestilence of rot or something like that. These things that look like cockroaches and they shoot those pest threads at you. These things right here, those things. There's 2 of them there. They got your back to you, so you don't have to worry about them. Just sneak right by them. And there's a 3rd one out here, which we snuck by when we came up the ladder. You don't have to deal with him either. And just drop down right here. Go tuck yourself in the corner, and you're going to wait for the miner to pass by. And there's a death roach on top of the shack. What we want to do is rush inside the shack. Of course, it's going to get everybody excited, but we can just sit and take cover inside the shack. And now's a good time to go. Just stand up and just make a run for it. I'm running right inside the shack. He gets excited. We got cover now. Duck down. And while he's excited, you might as well trash all the stuff in here. It's what I normally do. I didn't do it this time. I don't know why. Just give yourself some elbow room. And you're looking up to see... Oh yeah. Hopefully you've got some fire pots ready to go. This is not necessary, but if you want to make absolutely sure you get out safely, make sure the guy up above you has stopped moving around. See, he's pacing back and forth. That's not good. Wait till he stops him. Actually, I'm taking a chance here. This is the one you want to take out to make sure you get a safe journey out. A couple of fire pots should do him in, no problem. He's down, and that's it. Now you want to wait till the guy up above stops moving around. He's stopped moving around. Now take this exact route to sneak out. Up here like this. Stick to the left side. With these sacks here, make sure you go over just like that so that the game doesn't pop you out of sneak mode. And stick to the left side all the way down. You can do this even without killing that death roach I killed. You can still get by him, but I usually like to do it just to make sure. And that's it, and that's how you can get to the site of grace safely. And rest, and you'll be out of the trap. There, that's the whole show. Now, since we killed the boss in this area, we can fast travel from even inside. So let's go back to the round table. And there you go. Fallingstar Beast boss fight. Down and out. Good luck. Post a comment. Tell me how you did. Do you need to do this to continue the walkthrough? No. If you want to skip this, go ahead. But you'll just have a +5 Bloodhound's Fang instead of a +6. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.